Welcome to question number 1 of the section B, still on WASSCE 2025 for Nigerian Further Mathematics. This will be the first episode on the section B, but the 41st episode in the series for this exam. So a binary operation star is defined on the set of real numbers R by the x operated on by y equals to 2x plus 2y minus xy on 5. We have to find the inverse of x under the operation star. So let's see if we are to find the inverse. First of all, let x bar be the inverse of x. So if x bar is the inverse of x, then we can say that x operated on by the operation by the inverse will give us what? Identity element, where we can say that the x, the inverse, and the e all belong to what? The set of what? Real numbers. All must be a real number. All right. Now we can see that this is the x we have. That is what we have in the operation. This is the inverse we are finding, and e is an introduction, which is what we call what? The identity element. So before we can be able to find this inverse, we need also to know what the identity element is. So in order to find the identity element, finding the identity element e, we know that when x is operated on by the identity element, it will give us back the x for any number that is operated on by x should give us the result of x. That is the identity element. I dealt with this tutorial comprehensively under the topic binary operation. You can check that on YouTube under the playlist binary operation. Now, in doing this, what we do, we only find the definition of the operation. What is the definition? It says that first number operated by second number is multiply the first number by 2 plus multiply the second number by 2 minus the product of the two numbers divided by 5. So this simply means that this will be multiplied by 2, this will be multiplied by 2 minus their product divided by 5. The answer we are expected to have is what? X. That is the definition. So now we are finding the e. So all we need to do is to isolate the e on one side. So what do? We can subtract 2x from both sides. That will make your 2e minus xe over 5 equals to this x minus what? 2x. Now there are two ways. Okay, let me take the two approach. The first approach is we are seeing e here and e here. So what we can do is to just factorize the e out and see. If I factorize e out here, this is more or less like x over 5 times e. So I'll be having e into bracket 2 minus x on 5 equals what? Negative x, as in x minus what? 2x. At this point, what we need is we are looking for a constant term for e. E must be a constant term, which is satisfying for all values of x, that when it is operated on by x, give us back the value of the x. So what can we do? At this point, we can only assume that x must be any number, right? So we are just going to set x to a particular number that will give us the value of what? E as a constant. So let's say we set x equals to 0. When x is 0, within this bracket, you're going to have 0 divided by 5, and that will be 0. So I'll be having 2 times e equals to 0. We don't have negative 0, so equals to 0. You divide by the 2, your e will also be what? 0. So in this case, I want to conserve the space, so that implies that e is also what? Equals to 0. We can show the calculation just like I mentioned when I'm explaining it. We can show that, but because of space, I am just going to do that. So that is one way by which this can be done. The other way is When I get to this place, I multiply. The space I am trying to conserve, I think I have to still work it out. So from here, I multiply through, let me just say, as equation 1, by the denominator of 5, making it 10e minus xe equals to, here I will be using this as minus what? 5x. So you can see that at this point, we can easily isolate the e, meaning e outside 10 minus, what would that be? X equals to minus 5x. So your e will just be minus 5x divided by 10 minus what? X. As at this point also, we need the value of e to be without, or let's say, independent of e, of x. We don't want the x to be attached to the value of e. So here we also assume the value of x to be 0. Because apart from x being 10, if x is 10, it becomes undefined. We are looking for this must be correct for or satisfied for all values of x. So if you set x equals to 0, your e will still become what? The value of what? 0. All right. Now we know the identity element which we are looking for to replace this value here in order to find the inverse. So right from here, we can see that this implies that x operated by its inverse will give us e, where in this case we introduce 0. Let's follow the definition again. Multiply the first term by 2, the second term by 2, minus the first term multiply the second term divided by 5. We are expected to have what? 0. Here, you can follow the approach we did here, or we multiply through by 5. If that is done, here become 10x prime minus x10 prime equals to 0. So we are going to send this one to the other side, and or better still, we can maintain this one here and send this one out there. But let's see. I am maintaining this, so I'll be having the x prime as a common factor, 10 minus x as a next factor equals to negative 10x. But remember, this is our point of call. So our x prime, which is the inverse, should be equals to negative 10x divided by this 10 minus what? X. We can leave it this way, or since this, we factorize this negative out, we can use it to change the positions of this. If negative is factorized out, it will be negative times this. That will be negative 10. Negative times this, positive 10. So I can have 10x as positive divided by what? This becomes x minus 10. So either we have it this way, which is correct, or this. Both are going to be the inverse of x under the operation, the star that we have been given. I guess this is clear. All right. Now, the B part of the question is asking us to find the truth set of m star 7 minus, equals to minus 2 star m, still based on the same definition. So let's see how we can find the truth set of what? M. So right from here, the definition is still the same for the star. So multiply the first term by 2, second term by 2 minus their product divided by 5. The first term by 2 plus the second term by 2. Let's borrow here minus 2m divided by 5. Remember, this is negative coming from here. All right, let's simplify the first line. This will give you 2m plus 14 minus 7m over 5. This will give you negative 4 plus 2m. This negative will take effect plus what? 2m over 5. We can eliminate the fractions by multiplying through by 5. So if you multiply by 5, this becomes 10m plus, this is going to be 50 plus 20. So 70 minus 7m equals to 5 times this minus 20. 5 times this will give you 10m, then plus the 2m here if you multiply. Now let's group them together. I should be having 10m minus 7m. That will give me 3m. Then I have plus 70 equals to minus 20. Okay. Then 10m plus 2m will give me 12m. Alright, what is next? We are going to group like terms again. So negative 20 comes here, positive 3 goes there. So I should be having 70 plus 20 equals to 12m minus what? 3m, right? So your left side should be giving you, I think that will be 70 plus 20 will be 90. 12m minus 3m, that will be 9m. Divide both sides by 9. That means that your m will be, that will be 10, right? So therefore, the true set is going to be a set of x. Are we having x? It is m. Such that m is equals to what? 10. So the true set for this expression in equation form is going to be 10. I guess this is well understood. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and come back for question number 2.